Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Entrepreneurship Zone, brought to you by the Education Support Forum. Today, we're looking at the keys to innovation success. How can we tell that a company is disruptive? How can we tell whether the company's business model is truly transformative? So we're looking at an article that came out in the Harvard Business Review that talks about the 6 elements of truly transformative business models. But before we go into the 6, let's just get this clear. New technology does not transform an industry. But if you're able to link new technology with an emerging business model, then it makes sense. For example, if you think about the MP3 managed to improve the storage capacity by orders of magnitude compared to CDs and cassettes. But the problem is that it did not revolutionize the music industry because, yes, it was a new tech, it was extremely good, but the new tech didn't disrupt the industry. What disrupted the industry was when Apple took the MP3 and linked it with their iPod business model. So you find that now there was a revolution in the way that people consumed music, because there was a linkage between new technology and emergent business model. So that's important for us to take note. Now, let us look at these 6 elements of truly transformative business models. Right? So the first one that we're going to look at is personalization. You have to personalize your products or services, because in this day of an age of big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, it's important that everybody have what they want. You know, it's no longer mass marketing where it's like a one size fits all and hope for the best. You know, like they call it the machine gun principle, where you just shoot randomly and hope that by the laws of probability, you're going to hit the target. You're going to get your clients. So it means that personalization is a key competitive advantage if you're utilizing it to the best of your ability as an organization. It is one of the major pillars for disruption of an industry. And then the second one now is that the Harvard Business Review researchers found that a closed loop process is important. Now, you know, generally there is a linear process that comes through where you say, okay, you produce, it's consumed or thrown away and all that. It's a linear process. But now, if you can make it into a cyclic process whereby there is recycling, you know, and there is reuse and recycle, that means that there is a reduction in overall costs. Generally, if you're able to optimize and reuse and recycle, you find that businesses that have a closed loop that is circular, some people call it the circular economy, some call it the green economy. There are so many names out there that describe a closed loop process. And it has been seen that a closed loop process is a competitive advantage. And then with the emergence of companies like Uber, Airbnb, and Etsy and all that, you find that there is an asset sharing element to disruption. Asset sharing is important because it redefines the idea of ownership. It redefines the idea of why should we all have a car when we could be sharing a car and optimizing the available resources. So the asset sharing means that the utility of existing infrastructure, existing products and services are optimized such that there's no wastage. You limit wastage. So that's important to be able to transform an industry. So that is a key element of the transformative business model. And then we also have usage-based pricing. Again, this is closely linked to asset sharing, because you find that it also redefines the idea of ownership. Because why should I own something when I don't use it 100% of the time? I mean, studies have gone by and some say that 96% of the time your car is parked. You only drive it for less than 4%. So that is crazy. So why not maybe just have usage-based pricing and just use a car and share a car? So usage-based pricing is very important as an element to a transformative business model. Then number 5 is a more collaborative ecosystem. So collaboration is more important than ever, because you find that you might be as innovative as you want, but if your value chain, if your suppliers, if your supply chain is not optimized because the rest of the people in your ecosystem are not as transformative, then it's going to limit your ability to be transformative. So for you to be a transformative, your customer, your value chain, your everything, business models have to be transformative. So it has to be a collective effort such that the ecosystem becomes a self-regulating organism that grows and grows exponentially. And then the last one, number 6, for you to be able to have a company that is transformative, you need to be agile. You need to be adaptive, because a deterministic approach to thinking will not lead you to success, because the variables involved with all this data that's available, with the fast pace of change, with all the new tech that's coming, you cannot have a fixed mentality. You have to have a growth mindset and have an agile and adaptive organization that is learning as fast as possible, and the feedback loops have to be efficient, that kind of thing. So it's important that 1, you have personalization, 2, a closed loop process, 3, asset sharing, 4, usage-based pricing, 5, a more collaborative ecosystem, and lastly, the organization has to be agile and adaptive. So I hope you've learned something. These are the 6 elements of truly transformative business models.